What's up, everybody? Soren Baker.
Amir Rahimi.
And today on The Great Debaters, time to get a little Scarface in your life. Check out his diary. Alright, Amir.
Classic.
Yeah, the diary's a classic.
Amazing.
Right off the top, let's get that out of the way. But today on The Great Debaters with the diary, we're going to go through this album. Is basically essentially flawless, if not flawless. So rather than say our favorite song or whatever, we're going to change it up a little bit and pick 3 of our favorite songs and go through them each, discuss them, debate them, etc. And then we want to hear from you guys, so make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment on Unique Access Entertainment, Rappin And Snackin, and then of course somebody's going to hit you back and let you know what we think of your comments. So that being said, Amir, let's get into the diary. This is Scarface's 3rd album. It came out in 1994, and this is when Scarface was going back and forth between doing stuff with the Ghetto Boys, doing stuff as a solo artist. The Ghetto Boys lineup was changing. Everything was going on, and then Scarface comes out with the diary. Phenomenal piece of work. So for you, Amir, what's one song that really stands out and why?
You know what? I'm going to say this song first because I just have a feeling it's on your list too. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think
we'll
figure it out.
Hand of the Dead Body.
You are correct.
And there we go. Hand of the Dead Body. As you all should know by now, Ice Cube is my personal favorite rapper of all time. So when I saw that they were on a song together, obviously we'd seen them work together on Cool G Rap, DJ Polo's album Live and Let Die. Great song on there, 2 to the Head. But when we see them work again on this, I was just very happy to see that. And you start off with the news broadcasts,
right.
and Scarface and Ice Cube touched on a very important topic, you know. As they say, or Scarface says, Gangsta Nip, Spice One and Tupac never gave a gun to him. Or a guy's blaming gangsta rap, you know, for all these things. Because he even sees David Duke's got the shotgun, white folks in River Oaks got the gat. So I just think it's a very important topic. You know, why are the blacks not getting the same fair treatment as, you know, as we all know?
Everybody else.
So it's just so incredible. The way Scarface has his verses is so genius, man. Ice Cube, his verse is also great. And this, I noticed also Ice Cube, in a certain part of his career, his flow kind of changed a little bit. But also on top of that, he mentions, they try to put a scar on my face. He mentions rap a lot. So he's name dropping a bit and having it pretty clever because Scarface on Rap Lot, etc. But one very important thing about this song too is that Devin the Dude chorus, man.
Yeah.
And
gangsters don't live that long.
Shout out to Too Short from So You Want to Be a Gangster. So, man, dude, Ice Cube was real special in the song. Scarface, something else, bro.
And for those that don't know, they're both covered extensively in my book, The History of Gangsta Rap, and it's because of these types of songs. They're able to blend what's going on in the streets and then the way and how society is affecting them. And then at this point, since both Scarface and Ice Cube had been prominent for several years at this point, they were both individually and then of course collectively feeling the heat from these organizations, shall we call them, that were demonizing rap and trying to say rap was so terrible. And Amir referenced a lot of the lyrics, and that's something that I talk about extensively in my book, is, you know, these guys were reacting to what society was doing to them. It's not the other way around. You know, they weren't creating these problems that the American system created and then, you know, making songs out of it. No, Scarface, Ice Cube, they're making social commentary about what's going on in society. And I think that's super important, and we should be celebrating these guys, not demonizing them and saying that they're menaces to society, to use an Ice Cube line.
And also another important thing, they're not just blaming, you know, white folks either in the song. Ice Cube even says he calls someone a house brother, Don Cornelius. So he's even pointing out flaws in his own community as well. So it's also very important, as also exemplified on his song Us.
Yeah.
I have to bring that up.
From Death Certificate.
From Death Certificate.
The best gangster rap album of all time.
Correct.
That being said, Amir, we're here to talk about The Diary, so let's focus.
Sorry.
So, for your second song, what's your second favorite song on The Diary, and why?
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say No Tears. And that has one of the more memorable lines on this album. As you all know, I got this killer up inside of me. I can't talk to my mother, so I talk to my diary. That line right there is so great, but also this song is so special. One, it doesn't even have a chorus. He's just going bars, man.
Right.
Just bars, right? And then the story he says, which was actually inspired by a true story, how his friend got shot and they didn't find out who the murderer was till way later.
Right.
And Scarface is gonna get revenge, and he says even come up Holloway, his street, his neighborhood, mentions his neighborhood, which I love when rappers do that. I just love that. You don't have pride from where you come from, and he's just shouting out his neighborhood. So he's saying, you know, someone's gonna die today, it won't matter, there'll be no tears in the end. I just think Scarface is such he is so good at talking about murdering or killing, but in such an educated way. You know, the way he does it.
I think it's insightful.
Insightful. There we go.
And
that's
humanistic.
The word. And humanistic, right? So
he gets into the emotion of it.
He knows how to do it so well, you know, and just also with the history about this kind of being inspired by a real event. And also it feels like to me from hearing other rap songs, for example, Murs Walk Like a Man, I feel like Murs was probably inspired by a song like this, taking on a very similar theme about finding the killer, you know, then
one of his friends.
You know, one of his friends, and then trying to avenge their death, and then, you know, things like this. So I don't know, man. That's one of mine. That song's amazing.
That's a phenomenal one. One that I imagine is not your third, so I'll go with another one of mine. That's one of my favorites is Jesse James. You know, it's not as poignant per se as No Tears, of course, but the thing that I liked about it was in an album full of this type of reflection and insight and commentary, that then we see this other side of it, the menacing side, all the way over the top side. And that really was powerful to me because it's it's so stark in contrast through a lot of the album, but yet it fits in perfectly because that is part of what Scarface does, and what he represents. And I think that really was like one of those songs that kind of had the asterisk to me for being on The Diary, but that it fit in so well into the whole theme of his persona and what made him great. What'd you think of Jesse James?
Oh man, it's a very good one. Jesse James, I'll Kill Your Ass is like Jesse James. Scarface, bro, just this whole album, and this video is so tough to do because what are the weak songs?
Yeah, there aren't any.
There aren't any, right? And then to pick favorites is just so, you can ask me in 2 weeks and it might be different.
Right.
I know one will stay, but you know, the other two, it can change easily. You know, so.
What's your third?
My third. Okay, so this one is the song that I think has the most different sound on the album.
Okay.
Would be Going Down. That's my third, man. This song, dude, I love how people will start off songs that's not just rap. You know, they set a mood, right?
Right.
And it starts off with the answering machine, and then Scarface saying, "Don't answer that." Then you hear this angry guy like saying, "What are you doing, Scarface?" You know, blah blah whatever. You funky bitch, and you know all these things, right? So Scarface is just such a smooth player on this song, man. He's getting to your girl when you're at work, when you're taking care of the kids, whatever. He's getting with your girl, and he's in his bands, and he's doing all these playeristic things. And he doesn't care. He's having a blast, right? And also, I didn't know till later, which I'm pretty sure I didn't look it up, but that's Scarface on the hook, right? Singing.
I thought so.
So, I just think that also shows that off. He's just so awesome. But also on top of that, the chosen sample I always thought was funny and pretty. It lightened up the mood on that album too.
Well, I think one of the things that, you know, I've interviewed Scarface several times over the years, and I just put out a newer one with him where he's talking about meeting MC8.
Oh yeah, that one.
And you know, the whole thing is that people, because Scarface is such a great rapper, I think to your point about the production, and we love a well-produced song, Scarface is a musician and a producer. You know, his real name's Brad Jordan. For those that don't know, go back and look at the credits. For whatever reason that you weren't aware of that or weren't following that, but you gotta realize, man, Scarface is like a triple threat. He's a rapper, producer, and musician, and talent scout, if you want to add a fourth layer to it. So he's just phenomenal, man. So to Amir's point, he brings so much to these songs and such a wide range of things, even though, of course, he has his favorite type of topics that he likes to talk about. But, you know, the diary is just one of the premier examples of that.
Correct.
So, those are Amir's. This is a rare instance to me where I think the singles are actually some of, if not the best songs in the album. So I See a Man Die is probably my other of my top three, just because this is a song where you really look at the humanity and the personal feelings and all this other stuff. Because in most rap songs, and these are songs in my opinion by the lesser tier artists, they're just like, oh, I'll shoot you, I'll do this, I'll kill you, and this and this and this and this. But then Scarface talks about this action that, you know, beyond being illegal, beyond destroying families, beyond, you know, doing all these terrible things, it affects the shooter, most of the people. You know, obviously there's the real serial killers and all those guys that it just doesn't do anything to. But most people that actually have killed someone, from the guys that I know that have, that I've talked to and interviewed and spent time with and stuff, it bothers them. And it has an impact on them. And Scarface, I think, does it on this song in such a masterful way to really get into the emotion of it and the psychological toll it takes on people to see someone dying, to have killed someone, to all these different things. It's a masterpiece.
And it is.
Masterpiece.
It's like incredibly great. And this song is filled with those moments, or this album is filled with those moments, you know.
And then just think about this. The Seen a Man Die, Hand of the Dead Body, these were singles, dude. With videos.
With
videos.
With videos.
So, I mean, this is, you know, I love all eras of rap, including the current era. But if you think back to this, in 1994, those two songs were singles that were being pushed to radio, being pushed to video, and that Rap-A-Lot Records, Virgin Records, New Tribe were all putting money, resources, and creative muscle behind. Like, that just shows you, like, where artistry can be, where it is, and it can be rewarded with success, because obviously Scarface, throughout his career, when record sales were what they were, I mean, he was going gold and platinum every time.
That's true.
So, you know, for all those people that, oh, people just want to hear hits, they want to hear mindless stuff. No, they don't. They really don't. And Scarface is a prime example of that, because there's plenty of people that make pop rap that were out throughout Scarface's career that didn't sell nearly as many records. But that's because Scarface is better than them. And like Amir said, his change, or can change a lot, often, semi-regularly. Mine don't nearly as much, but I also don't think there's a bad song on the album. But what about you guys? Like I said earlier in the video, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and let us know what your favorite 3 songs are off the Diary by Scarface. I'm Soren Baker.
Amir Rahimi.
Hit us up, y'all.
Be sure to check out The History of Gangsta Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangsta Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the DOC, and dozens of others. The History of Gangsta Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for
just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The history of gangster rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The history of gangster rap in stores now.